Alright guys, so we're starting a new chapter today. It is chapter 9, and we're going to do 2 lessons today on vocabulary related to data collection. This chapter is chapter 9 and it is on data collection and statistics. So we'll start with 9.1 and we're going to identify and analyze sampling methods. So you could put 9.1 sampling methods. You could use the printed notes that I put up on my webpage if you have Mrs. Gertz, or you could just write on paper, but you do need to be writing things down and taking notes and participating. Alright, first off, a population is the entire group being considered for a survey, and a sample is a part of the population being surveyed. So in your notes, put population, entire group, and sample is part of the population being surveyed. So you could put the part that's surveyed. Alright, so population is everyone that you want to survey, and a sample is the part that you actually survey. Alright, we need to know these 4 different kinds of sampling methods. So write down sampling method, random, systematic, convenience, and self-selected. Random is when each member has an equal chance of being selected. So I would put here equal chance, random. Systematic is that some of the population is random and then you use a pattern after that. So for systematic, put random and then a pattern. So like every 6th or every 10th, that would be a pattern. Convenience is the most available members. So whatever is convenient, so most available members or people that are readily there. And self-selected is when people volunteer to take a survey. So you could put self-selected, population volunteers. Like, hey, I'll do that survey. So I've got a list here, and you will be tested on these. So you need to make sure you know which is which. Okay, so we're going to write down which type is which. So here's an example. You survey the first 50 students as they arrive to school. So if you survey whoever shows up first, that's convenience because it's the most available members, they're there first. So letter A here, write down in your notes the first 50 students, and that's convenience. Okay, letter B, you place a stack of surveys in a library. If you place a stack, the only people that are going to take the survey are people that want to. So they self-select themselves to take the survey. So this is self-selected. So put stack of surveys, self-selected. Last one here, you randomly choose 40 names and then every 5th after that. So in your notes put choose 40 names, comma, every 5th name. That is where it's random at the beginning, random, and then you have a pattern after that. So that is called systematic. Systematic. Okay? Alright. Determine which sampling method will better represent the entire population. So I forgot to say, if we turn back here, we've got these 4 different kinds. Random and systematic are the best kind because they best represent the population. So you always want to do those 2. And these ones don't represent the population as good as well. Because convenience is just what's most available, and self-selected is like the people that are like, yeah, I'll take a survey. Okay, so here I have which will be better to represent the population and justify it. Okay, Keith surveys only the students he knows personally, and this was his result. Amanda surveyed every 20th student on the school's enrollment list, and she got this answer. So which would be better and why? Okay, so this one is convenience, because he's, oh, I know that guy, that's convenient for me to email or talk to him and survey him. This one is systematic, because you're doing every 20th person. So this is better because you're doing it systematically, and systematic or random are the best two. So in your homework, if you're doing book work, you would say systematic, Amanda's is systematic, this is convenience, Amanda's is better, because systematic represents the entire population better. Okay? Ferdinand surveys every other swimmer on the team. Anna Maria questions the swimmers that are in her biology class. So Ferdinand surveys every other swimmer, so that's a pattern. So that would be systematic. And she's just doing people that are in her biology class, so that's convenience. So this one is better. The results are that 72% want practice early. And here she's questioning only people in biology. This one's better because it's systematic. Okay? It better represents the population. Alright, this is the last couple of, let's just do one of them. So, about 39% of all U.S. households have houseplants. Lee surveys a random sample of households. Oh, that's good, it's random. From 2 towns in his state. Compare the samples with the national percent. What we're going to do is we're going to compare. So it says for each sample, find the percent of the households that have houseplants. So this is town A and town B. This is without and without. So what we're going to do is for town A, the number of houses with plants is 84. And we want to do that over the total plants, not just without. So I need to add these together to find the total plants. So 84 plus 116 is 200. And it says to turn that into a percent. So I'm going to divide 84 by 200 times 100. That would be 42%. And then for town B, it's 112 over the total. So add those together. The total would be 200. And then we turn it into a percent. 112 divided by 200 times 100 would be 56%. And it says, compare the samples with the national percent. Well, the national percent was 39%, and town A and town B. Well, town A is pretty close to it, so I would say to compare, it's 3% higher, and town B is quite a bit higher. It is, 56% compared to 39, so town B is quite a bit higher at 56%. Okay, now we're going to do lesson 9.2. 9.2 is identifying sampling error and bias. Okay, a biased sample is a sample that does not fairly represent the population. Determine whether each sample may be biased. Biased, explain. So it says an employee of a phone company randomly chooses 80 customers to ask whether they are happy with their service. So it says the word randomly, and that's good. So if it says randomly, you would say, nope, I don't think that's biased, and you would say, it says randomly. Okay, letter B. The first 25 students to arrive at school are surveyed to find out how they get to school. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like it's biased. Explain. Why is that biased? Well, if they do the first 25 students to arrive, that's convenience, and that's not representing the population. All right. A sales manager of a large department store randomly chooses 40, randomly, previous customers to ask whether they were satisfied. I would say that's not biased because it's random. Last one. The last 50 people to leave a theater production are surveyed to find out how the town enjoyed their performance. Ooh, The last 50 people to leave, they might like that production and they stayed late. So that's convenience. You don't want to do the last 50 people. You want it to have the words random or a pattern. Okay, otherwise it's biased. If you survey the last 50 people, that's called convenience. Okay, sometimes questions are biased too. In a biased question, it might lead people to give a certain answer. Okay, this one says, is it biased or not? Do you prefer broccoli or corn? To me, that's not biased. They're just saying broccoli or corn. They're trying to figure out which one you like. So that's good. It's a good one. All right. Would you rather drive this luxurious and roomy sedan or this tiny compact car? That to me seems like it is biased because it makes one car seem really nice and the other one sounds small. So you would say biased. They're using descriptive words to lead you. Would you rather have a new wide screen or an old small screen TV? Doing the same thing B does, so that's biased. Do you prefer Sunday or Friday? That's good. Unbiased. This is the last. Okay, we're going to see combining together, is it a biased sampling, a biased question, or both? Okay, so Marie conducts a survey to find out which animals at the zoo are most popular among the visitors. Determine whether Marie's claim is valid. Explain. Okay, animal. Monkeys, bears, lions. These were her results. She sampled 30 visitors outside the monkey house. Her question was, which animals at the zoo are your favorite? Claim. Monkeys are the most popular. Was her survey method biased? Was her question biased? Were both biased? Or is this good? Hopefully you said that her sampling method was not good. She chose convenience because she chose people outside the monkey house, so they might like monkeys. So you would say biased, and you would say the sampling method was convenience, so it was biased. Again, you're looking for the word random or a pattern. Okay, and no descriptive words in the question. Her question was fine. All right, next one. Jed, and this will be the last. He wants to know, same thing as Mari. This was his results. He did 50 visitors selected at random throughout the day. And the question was, which animals at the zoo are your favorite? Lions were the most popular. Is the sampling method okay? It says random. That is good. Is the question good? It's bland, and it just says what's your favorite, no leading language. And I think this is really good. Nothing is biased. Okay, you will have questions exactly like this, and you will have to say what is biased using that vocabulary from 9-1. So you need to make sure you know the 4 types of sampling methods. You need to have those written down so you can reference them. And you need to know what each type means and how to tell if something is biased. Is it the survey method biased or is the question biased? All right, that's it.